Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel, and to this video we are gonna play with the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes. I bought this palette and got it with express shipping, so we are gonna play with this today. We're gonna swatch it, we're gonna try it on my eyes. Maybe I'll even do something about this messy bun, probably not. And we're just gonna see if this is better than the other palettes I've tried from Urban Decay this year, because I've been slightly disappointed with the eyeshadows that I've tried from them so far. But maybe this is like the time for redemption, who knows? And if you haven't been here before, my name is Angie, hello, I am a lover of fashion and makeup. I love colorful makeup, so we're gonna see if we can make this a bit colorful, but I also love really sparkly makeup, so this is kind of up my alley. So if you want to see some more color on your timeline, if you want to see someone actually using those pops of colors in those popular palettes, this is the place to be. I do upload several videos a week and I'd love to see you in my next one. Okie dokie, so I bought this one at ASOS. Thank you so much Karen Harris for letting me know about this, and after I actually saw it on ASOS, well, Karen Harris saw it on ASOS and I ordered it with next day delivery. I actually saw a bunch of you telling me as well in the comments that this was available at ASOS, so thank you so much for looking after me. I did ask in Sunday's video, I asked you if you wanted to see the Nikki Tutorials palette or if you wanted to see the Stone Vibe palette, and I will say that there was a lot of interest for this palette, but unfortunately not a lot of interest in the Beauty Bay palette, so I decided to pick this one up. I haven't used it, I haven't swatched it. We're gonna do a first impression. I'm just gonna try it on my eyes, and we'll leave the swatches towards the end. Sometimes it's fun to try them on the eyes first, sometimes it's fun to swatch them first. I'm trying a bit of both. I'm also drinking this is a dirty chai latte, and it's actually iced latte. So this is a chai latte with a shot of espresso in it. It's amazing. I will of course link this down below, like where you can get it. I bought it at ASOS, like I said, ASOS does ship worldwide. It's not just a European thing, and if you're in US, I know it's available in several different places. And if you know more places where it's available, do let us know down in the comments. Let's be let's be helpful towards each other. Okay, let me zoom in and we can start the show. Okie dokie, I do have most of my face done. I am wearing Finesse by Propa Beauty on my lips. Love these lipsticks. I will also link that down below in case you're interested. This palette has the most amazing packaging and also the most amazing outer packaging. And it contains are these mattes or are they like satins? Because I feel like the third eye look a bit like a satin, but we'll see once we put it on the eyes. And then there are 8 very marbled, super shiny, I'm guessing iridescent metallics, just based on what I see. Like I said, I haven't touched these when we're filming this, so this is gonna be so interesting. You know what I'm gonna do? Because I understand that this kind of a palette is a staple palette for a lot of people, because I have understood, the longer I've been on YouTube, the longer I've listened to what people like to do. Let me start. I don't really like a shade like this or maybe I'll start with this one. You know what, I'll start with this one. We'll see how dark it can get. I have understood during my time on YouTube that the kind of makeup look that a lot of people like to do is a neutral in the crease and then just deepen it up a bit and then put some shimmer. This is basically my skin color, but too pink. This is the skin color that my skin gets when I get a pink foundation on it, and then just putting like a metallic on the lid. And I feel like this palette gives you that, the ability to have a neutral crease. You can like smoke it out a little bit if you want to, and then a couple of really metallic, I'm guessing shimmery shades on the lid. I did see this on, oh my god, what is that? What was that? Looked like I had something on my lid. I did see this palette before I bought it at Brit Clark. She had a live using this palette because she got it as PR from Urban Decay. I'm so excited for you, Brit. And I did think that the palette looked really pretty in her live stream, and I was like, maybe this could be for me. So I decided once I saw that I could get it in Europe already, because I thought it was going to take some time. But then when I saw that I can see it on ASOS, and I also noticed that there was a lot of interest from you in the comments, I thought, why don't I get this? Because I love really sparkly makeup, and I thought that maybe this could be for me, because I don't own the Huda Beauty New Nudes, but I have swatched it in the store and it has the same kind of marbled shades. I know there was some kind of discussion in the beginning, also from me, if this was pressed glitters or not, but I said I didn't think it was gonna be pressed glitters, and I'm happy it's not. These are not pressed glitters. It's the same kind of like marbled metallics that the Huda Beauty New Nudes have, but according to me, these seem more fun, because they're not all neutrals. Okay, so I have that shade now in my crease. It's just a peach. Nothing groundbreaking. I'm bringing out some other brushes that I can use. I'm gonna use the Hext, which is the brown, and we're gonna see how deep this one can be. That is a nice, like, neutral toned brown. This one seems like a true matte, and the first one did as well. It's only that last one, Third Eye, that I'm thinking it could be a bit of a satin, but that could also be just how it looks in the pan. We'll see once we get it on the eye. Okay, I'm gonna switch to something very dense and small now. I'm just gonna clean it a bit on my Veromona color switch first. This is the Refer number 14. It's just a very small brush, and I'm using that Third Eye, and we're gonna see. It's a little bit of kick up in the pan, but nothing extreme. Just a little bit, but not a disaster. Now we're taking that darkest shade, which is called Third Eye. I've said that 1,000 times now. It's like I'm having a stroke. And we're gonna build it up. I get a little bit of fallout, but nothing super extreme. I'm sure that I could make this even darker if I start with the darkest shade. If you want the darkest shade to look like it does in the pan, the smartest way is usually to start with that shadow and then blend the lighter shades around it. It all depends on what technique you like to use. I'm not noticing any sheen on the eyes. No, not really. So I think it's, even if it has a bit of a satin touch to it when I swatch it, I think it's probably there to make it easier to blend, because I have no problem blending this at all. And as you can see, this eye is a lot deeper than that eye now once I've built this up. So I'm just gonna blend this a bit more, and I'll do the same on the other eye. I really feel like we got a lot of smokiness on this side. Okay, so I did notice now that I started doing more that it is actually a bit of a satin look to this dark brown, and the more you put on, the more you get that slight satin feeling. And when you're a bit older like me, when your skin is not 100% smooth, it can create some sheen and some like texture to your lids that I'm not 100% fond about, but here we are, and this is what we're doing. I am gonna do the same matte shadows under my eyes as well. Oh, and I need to change my battery. So I'll do the same matte shadows under my eyes, but I'll save a little towards the beginning here so we can put something here. And, oh my god, and change the battery. Okie dokie. I kind of wish that this satin wasn't a satin, because it's bringing out a bit of the texture that I have on my lids because of age. So I do kind of wish that that was something else, but what are you gonna do? I want to try the blue, I want to try the green, I want to try the purple. So should we start with blue, purple, opal, and then green on the lower lash line? That's what we're doing. We're going with that. Don't stop me. No one's trying to stop you. Calm your titties. Okay, so Ojo first, which is the blue. They seem a little bit flaky, so I am gonna spray them. Ooh, but this seems pretty. But I'm gonna spray it because I don't want any fallout, and I do think that these really shimmery metallic ones are probably gonna work a lot better with spraying them, and I always spray all of my shadows. And I still got a little fallout because I grabbed too much. So this is the blue Ojo. Grabbing a little bit more. And I'm gonna keep this on the outer half of the lid. I'm gonna go over this a little bit with that Third Eye again to mix them. But I'm gonna have it in this outer part. That is cute though. I like it. It's a blue, but it's a little bit muted, so it's not like too bright and scary. I think a lot of people would appreciate that blue. Okay, so I'm taking a bit of that Third Eye, and I'm just gonna pop a little bit in the outer corner to mix these a little bit so the edge isn't so harsh at the outer part. I feel like when I mix this purple with whatever they have marbled with it, it turns a bit more... It seems... I don't know what... Listen, what I'm trying to say is that I don't know what shade this is gonna be on the eyes. It's not purple. What is this shadow? Is it like a mint green? Because we can all agree that that's not purple, right? We're agreeing on that. Let me just take some on my finger. That is like a Oh, it's got a lot of colors in. Okay, okay. This seems to be a purple and mint green shimmer, and this seems to be more of a topper shade. So I'm really gonna spray this to make sure that it matches the blue. I hope you can see it's not as opaque as the blue. This is more, like I said, a topper shade. I'm just tapping a bit at the edge here. But it's cute. It's very sparkly, it's very cute, but it's definitely more of a topper shade. And it's definitely not purple. This color is very pretty, like up close though, extremely pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take the green one. Let me show you what I'm I haven't used the brush that's in here either, but I'm using this jade one on my lower lashes, and then I'm using the opal aura. I'm using that one in my inner corners. So I'm taking this jade first. This one is mixed with some kind of a gold. I'm gonna spray that as well, and I'm gonna put that on like the inner part of my lower lash line. That is green. That's a very, very pretty and pigmented green. That is definitely more than a topper. This one has a lot of pigment to it. These shadows are kind of flaky, so I would say that either spraying your brush or your finger is probably the best way to go. But if you want to do detailed things like this, I think you will like the shadows the most if you spray them a bit. Otherwise, it's probably not gonna look this opaque and you might get a lot of fallout. Just a heads up. That green is really, really pretty. I'm just meeting up with a bit of that plum at the end. I really like that green. That green is stunning. Okay, I dipped into this opal aura now. I don't really know aura. I swear I can't speak. I don't really know what shade this is supposed to be. Am I in focus? I hope so. Ooh. Okay. That's like a white with a purple and blue iridescent. That's very pretty. Oh yeah, This is the kind of shadow that you will see most, like when the light hits it in different angles, but that is a very pretty color. I think that one is my favorite so far, but I haven't swatched them. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna finish this look up. And then I'm gonna do a bit of liner and put some lashes on. I'm just gonna finish the look up. And I'm gonna swatch the shadows and I'll come back and I'll show you. And we can chat a bit about what I think about this palette and if I think it's worth the money or not. That inner corner highlight though, wow. Okay, so I put the Iconics on and I used the only eye pencil from We Makeup in Malachite Green. My hair is a mess. How is this? My hair is so big. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're doing it like this. No, never mind. We're doing it like this. When I swatched these shadows, I realized why I was having so much trouble with my crease, and that is that third eye is actually more than a satin. It's real shiny. It's really shiny. And I don't like when shadows are that shiny in my crease, and that is purely because if there's anywhere on my face where I have structure, it's on my eyelids. It's on my upper part of my eyelids because of age, because of the skin being less firm, less plump. It's just bringing out all of that, and I don't like something that shiny that far up. So I will say, I like all of the other shadows. They swatched beautifully, and if you're looking for a palette with some really interesting, beautiful, shimmery, sparkly, unexpected shimmers and metallics, I do think you're gonna like this palette. Is it as bright as, like, for example, the Cleonad ones? No, it's not. It's not that bright, but it's easy and accessible. You can buy it at like Ulta or Sephora. I will link it down below. It's maybe a bit easier to get a hold of. You get it all in a palette, but it's not as spectacular as like a super shimmery multi-chrome or duochrome or iridescent from an indie brand, but it's halfway there. It's like a slightly dulled down version of a Kaleidos super shimmery shadow. Still think the Kaleidos shimmery shadows are more impactful than these, but if you were ever wondering what those shadows are, they're like this, but just brighter. But I do think that if you just like shimmers, I think you would like this palette. Don't get this palette for the 4 shadows at the end though. They are not fun or spectacular in any way, shape or form. It's just a bone colored matte, a pretty sheer peachy matte, a brown that's pretty okay, and then a weird half metallic, half satin plum color that I honestly don't know what you're gonna do with, since the rest of these are so shimmery. I do think that this could, if this had been a full matte dark plum, I would have liked this a lot more, because for my crinkly lids, this is a shadow that I'm never gonna reach for again. And that's just personal preference. Maybe you feel differently, but personal preference, I'm never gonna reach for that shadow again. But I am gonna reach for these shimmery shadows again because they're beautiful. They're so stunning, so cute. I really like them and I'm happy I bought it. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. This is like how I've talked about this a lot, like neutral palettes that are more my style. This is a super sparkly, iridescent, slightly duochrome neutral palette. I could be about that life. And the packaging is so cute. So I would say, I think that this is a hit. I think this is a hit. It's only 1 dud in the palette according to me. And I'm sure that other people out there would think that that is a beautiful shadow. It's just not a shadow that I will use, so for me it's a dud. But let me know down below if you picked this palette up, what you think about this palette. Is this something that you think is interesting? I think this is fun. I'm happy I picked it up. Let me know if there's something else you would like to see. Maybe using the shimmers in this one together with a more colorful crease, because that's probably how I'm gonna use it in the future. Let me know, I'm open for suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you probably tomorrow for a new video. Bye!